All right. Step two, I'll do a little bit of teaching, and then we will go into the the next work block. So step two is headlines. The purpose of a headline, and I call it the headline complex, is only to get your person's attention, their interest, and a certain amount of intrigue. Okay. The headline complex, meaning in general, if you're writing a long form sales letter, that can include the pre-head, the headline, and the subhead. That's its only job. Get the attention of your person, pique their interest, and then pull them in intriguingly to go to the next part of your sales copy. That's it. That's the whole point. You're not selling the product. You don't have to do that. The intention here is to only do those three things. And those three things are, happen very, very rapidly. For example, attention is something that you are constantly flitting around with. Notifications are pinging up, all that kind of stuff. And so you have, in general, between 33 and 100 milliseconds to get someone's attention, assuming that you are either using a human's face or you are using something that is inherently attention grabbing of that human. If you're using things that are less attention grabbing, like rocks and trees, then you have less time to get their attention visually. If you're using words that they don't understand or they can't read or a different language, like think of how much attention you pay to things written in another language. Think of how much attention you pay to things that are written far above your reading level or far below your reading level, like paying attention to kids' books. That's what I'm talking about here, right? Attention is very, very rapid. Then interest. Once you have somebody's attention, you have between 1 and 7 seconds to interest them somehow. That is where your awareness level comes in. Their interest matches their awareness level, period. So if you are targeting a problem aware person, you get their interest by talking about the problem they are aware of, or mentioning, or bringing up, or all that kind of stuff. It's very simple to do it that way. There are lots of other ways to do it, but for this purpose, match your interest with the awareness level, period. Okay. Then intrigue. Intrigue is going to be somewhat related to curiosity, somewhat related to benefit or gain, somewhat related to controversy. Basically, there are things that build a certain amount of like gravity in a human's brain. There's so many different ways to do this. So instead of listing everything out and trying to get you guys to conceptualize it, I want you to think of something that makes you curious. Personally, you. If you can, externalize yourself and think of something that that avatar finds curious, right? If you know that avatar well enough, which you may not during a rapid copy, but like you can guess, your first leap assumption here is what that person finds curiosity driving. That is going to bring their intrigue into it, right? Let's see. Thomas says, are you recording talking points and screen? Yes. Yeah, I'm recording the screen and talking points during the work time. Yeah. So does everybody understand what I just said about attention, interest, and intrigue? Those are the parts of the headline. And you can see some of the stuff I wrote down about here, some of the verifiable research. When you're creating things based off of their primal desires and the sophistication, knowing what stage they're on, knowing what stage the competition is on and things like that, these are the heuristics that you can do. So if you know, or if you're very aware using the Big Four framework that you're talking to Bob, he's a 56-year-old guy who has adult age children, who has at least 50 pounds to lose. He probably, Bob has like 75 to 100 pounds to lose. He's probably lost 20 to 30 pounds already back and forth, but he's never been able to keep it off, and he's getting older and it's getting harder and he's getting more beat up. That's Bob, right? Bob knows that not only is his health at risk because he's getting fatter and older, but also he feels a certain sting of like pride and a certain sting of envy or jealousy when he sees men who look better than him, or when people look down at him for how overweight he is. He was a former athlete. And so I know that Bob is driven by both pride, like a primal pride, and also a fear of social ostracization and even mutilation, like with his body. I know that about him. I also know that if I meet Bob at Problem Aware, it's still a very sophisticated marketplace, but less sophisticated than women's weight loss, because men's weight loss is not as big of a market as women's weight loss. So I'm guessing that if I show up with a sophistication stage 3 for a Problem Aware Bob, he's going to pay attention because I'm talking about his problem and I'm giving him a new reason to believe that I know what he's talking about. If I do those two things with Bob, that's my headline. Now I've been doing this and teaching this for like 6-7 years now. I can do that quickly. If you can't do that quickly, you can do it slowly, or you can try your best, and you might not hit, but you can try your best. Okay. CB says, can you repeat the intrigue part? I didn't get it. Attention, interest, 100% clear. Yes. The intrigue part is hard for me to teach quickly because there are so many different ways to intrigue a human being, right? Reasons that you want to know more about whatever it is that you're now paying attention to and interested in. Because I can't teach that quickly, there's so many different ways. The heuristic or the shortcut is to imagine either what you find curiosity driving. So think within yourself, what are the things that get my attention, interest, and intrigue? What are the things that get me to stop what I'm doing and go do something else? If you want a really good example, go see what Twitter and go see what YouTube are serving you algorithmically. That is going to give you a good idea of what you are curious about, because especially YouTube, like, they're pretty good at understanding what it is that you're curious about, because their whole thing is curiosity of like getting you to click on stuff. So you can see I'm a lot of lo-fi music, a lot of covers, a lot of Viking stuff, some Twitch stuff, and some freelance stuff, et cetera, all this kind of thing. These are things that drive my curiosity. If you're really good and you know your person, the avatar that you're talking to, then you can imagine what would pique their curiosity. What does their algorithm look like? What are they paying attention to every day, and intriguing them? Does that make sense? Oh yeah, Thomas, I went to a Hai Lung concert and a Wardruna concert last year, and it was sick. I loved it. So does that make sense, CB? Let me know. Okay, sick. Awesome. So that answers CB's question. Now, here's the setup. Here's how you do this. Again, we're rapid copying right now. I'm not teaching you the foundational principle, everything, because we don't have time. We're going through this very quickly. If you're interested in that, join a mentorship program sometime next year, because everybody's already in the year-long one right now. Here's how you do this quickly. Swipe. Go ahead and Google headline generator for your industry or niche, whatever it is. Just Google it now. Have that up. You can do it before you even start it. Okay. Headline generator for XYZ is the best way to do it. If you don't have anything for that, then headline generator for whatever higher level thing that you're associated with. Headline generator for financial topics, headline generator for financial blogs, headline generator for music blogs, music topics, music YouTube videos, whatever. Like, just Google that. You're going to find swipes and you're going to find generators for these headlines. Okay. You're going to get about 10 to 50 headlines from that concept, or from that thing. You're going to rewrite them, literally just take the model and rewrite it based on your topic, brand, information, product, whatever. And then once it's rewritten, then you tweak. Then you tweak with the big four. You take the swipe, you rewrite it for your thing, and then you tweak based on your big four. So as an example, I already have a headline and a subhead, but I might tweak and I might work on this. I might get more examples as we go here. But for me, I know I'm going problem aware for my avatar, and I know that I could potentially do a new mechanism that is going to get their attention, a new reason to believe an old claim, the old claim being, I will help you get clients, I'll help you get good clients, I'll help you make a better income, that kind of thing. My offer is unfortunately in the business opportunity, income generation, make money online space. I try to be ethical about it, but that is the case. Like, people are there working, improving their career, and I have to meet them where they're at. So that's what it is. If they are all crap, You rinse and repeat this 1 or 2 times until you have 5 solid headlines to work with. You want 5 solid headlines, not 5 perfect headlines, 5 solid headlines. Ideally, 5 different kinds of headline that are all linked to your big 4. The person you're talking to, their primal drives, the awareness level that you choose to reach them at, and the sophistication of that awareness level. Okay. Are we clear on the steps? Because you're going to have 10 or not 20 minutes, 10 minutes. You're going to have 10 minutes to do this. Okay. So if we're not clear on the steps, let me know now. I don't see anything, so we're going to move on.